Hi there. I think that when you are trying to build anything, especially the bigger the dream, the harder the build, you always end up like hitting this point when you first begin where you're in like the invisible growth stage, the stage where are things actually happening, or is it actually like am I just talking to the void? Am I is it all just like for nothing? And sometimes patience patience really is a virtue, and sometimes I have it in spades, and then other times I am sitting there like, come on already. And if I were to actually like stop and think about it, then there there are so many times where I have wanted to do something, and I have started to build the infrastructure for it, but then I get nervous. Like I start to build something, I do all the research, start to build, and then because we're so used to immediate gratification, if something doesn't take off right away and it's not, a viral success overnight, then you just you end up panicking a little bit. But then you have to remember that, like, when you did your research, you knew it wasn't going to be this viral overnight thing. Even if deep down you were like, oh, well, wouldn't that be great? It also wouldn't be great because you wouldn't be prepared for that viral moment. And like when I first started posting on YouTube for real estate, I it took me about 2 months of daily posting, or not daily, weekly posting, before I got my first real estate lead. And I knew going in that it was going to take a while, but like, I think I had trained myself so much to like panic about the worst that I thought it was going to take so much longer. I thought like I'm going to be talking to the void for forever. And when people started reaching out to me, I was like, so like I actually like followed my system and it worked. And it's it's funny because it's like, I, I'm I've said this so many times, but I'm very much like a data person, and I like to use that data to build a system. Like even the way that I have structured these is I was like, okay, how can I be my realist self, but also how can I make it sustainable? And I really liked the idea of daily posting, but then I hated the idea of like, oh, I have to come up with 50 million things. And like the thing is I absolutely love to watch things that like make me think. And so I am constantly going down the thought rabbit hole on various concepts. And when I realized that if I just harnessed those topics that I do think about, then I could simply ramble about them for a few minutes and I can like post that. And then here we are. And this is the system that I've built. And I'm sitting here batch recording on a slightly warmer day because when it starts getting really cold, I'm going to regret the fact that I said I would record these outside. But we don't have to worry about that right now because it's like almost 60. So, crushing it. And it's been very promising because as I've like started to post my journal content, I'm clearing out the old subscribers that did not care about me and only cared about New York. And now as like the YouTube algorithm starts to like test my test my videos with people outside of my current ecosystem, it's just exciting because like I get to build this new following. And sure, there'll be plenty of people from my old following that are incredibly sweet and supportive in the comments and all that jazz. But now, even then, it's like it's a different energy. It's not. oh, like that's my favorite like real estate YouTuber, because at a certain point my journal videos are going to outnumber my real estate videos. In about another month after this video is live, my journal videos will officially outnumber my non-journal videos. And I'm like really excited about that, because like I'm gonna keep the journal content up there because I am still licensed here, and I do still pass on leads to my team, and like I built that following and I built those videos, so why not let them work for me? Um but now I'm excited because like I've built this entirely new system that I'm very excited about. And like, sure, I've done consulting before and I've been doing it for a while, but it was very fractured and it was more like sporadic because there was no streamlined method of like, yes, I do consulting in this specific way. Like I didn't I used to not think of I used to not consider thinking working, and that ultimately ended up burning me out because like, when you think a lot but then you aren't acting, then all of a sudden you're like, oh no, I guess I'm a failure because I'm not actually acting. But then the thing is I would be thinking through a topic on so many levels that by the time I did act, I had very specific actions that I was doing, versus like the 80-20 rule, right? And like where 20% of what you do produces 80% of your results. And so when I'm sitting there thinking about it, I'm trying to think about that 20% and try and focus on like how can I really ramp up that 20%. And that's even why like for this content, I I was like, what is this level of effort that I know I can continue to do, but like not overwhelm myself, not give up on too soon. Because if I had to do like the standard, oh, like 4 things I learned about blank, I guarantee you I would not be recording video number 34 right now. I would be lucky if I was recording video number like 10 right now. But this feels so much more sustainable and so much more me. And this way, when I do get on a session with people, you've watched probably a number of videos, so you know who I am, you know what you're getting in for, you know how my brain works, and like this is the system that I built, and I am really excited to watch it unfold. And so, because I like to end all of my sessions with a question, um, my question to you is: what is something that you are working on that you have built a system for, but that you're judging yourself too early on? Because again, I did not get a real estate lead from YouTube for 2 months, and then they finally started coming in, and I was like, and you just gotta trust, build a system, and then trust it. Obviously, if all of the numbers after a while are still telling you maybe you need to tweak the system, but you got to give your system a proper shake first. And I hope you have a great day.